Hello everyone and welcome to a very special episode. So today is Halloween or Harvest or whatever you guys celebrate, and as a little bit of a fun thing for this, I thought we'd go ahead and do a very special episode. So we're actually in Ultimate Forest Simulator right now, and we're here with Luna the Bat. Now, Luna's actually already at level 4. I had to play test some things, and I wanted to do a special episode all about bats. And so we're going to be playing around with Luna here. Okay, how do I do this again? Do I remember? There we go. That's how we fly. That's how we can fly. Oh man, there's a rabbit down there. But yeah, so we are able to fly around just like this, and we're going to be playing as a bat and learning about bats, and I see another one up there, actually. I don't think I've ever seen another bat, even when I was testing this out. Who are you, friend? Or possibly not friend. You know what? Maybe we better avoid this. I don't know. So I don't know what species of bat this is supposed to be, and there's actually over 1,000 different species, and so it could be a lot of different species, potentially. Is that another? There's more bats. Wow, there's a lot of bats out today. Okay. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing here, then, is we're kind of going to be trying to, we're going to be sticking to things that bats would naturally do. Are those cougars? I think those are cougars. There's one that's swimming on the land. Oh my goodness. I forgot how glitchy these games can be, but it kind of lends them character. But yeah, so, there's a lot of different species of bats, and they eat a lot of different things. So, depending on the species, bats can eat... Hold on, I just got sidetracked. What is down there? What is this? Oh, it's turtles. I thought it was like a collectible of some sort. We're going to leave that carcass alone because we are going to try and stick to the things that bats eat, but we're not going to stick to a particular species of bats' food, I don't think. So, there's a lot of different things they eat. Many bats will eat insects, and I think that's the largest percentage of the population, and I think I see an insect down there. But others also eat fruit, nectar, or even small animals. And there are a few bats that that drink blood. Oh, it's like a moth. Okay, let's go ahead and we can target. Oh, that's what that button's for. Okay, we can chase it around. No, I want to. Hang on, This is aerial combat is surprisingly difficult. Oh, we can do this. Oh my goodness, we're carrying the food too. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well now the controls have changed slightly. Okay. We're going to bring this back home. This is not how bats typically carry their prey. They actually usually carry it in their mouth, I believe. But yeah, insects are a pretty solid food choice for a bat. We might also eat fruit, or if we can find any. And I mean, normally you won't have a bat that would eat those different kinds of food at the same time. But since we're kind of a non-specific species of bat, we'll kind of stick to... Oh my goodness, there's so much, there's so many prey, or not so many prey animals, there's so many dangerous things down there. Not exactly what I was hoping for. There's wolves. Thankfully, they can't reach us up here. It's kind of interesting to be able to just fly over the landscape like this and not have to worry about being attacked by anything. So let's actually see. We could add, I'm going to add a point in vitality, and then I want to see on the map, we have a home right over here. And it's actually inside that tree where we started out. So we're going to fly back there. Oh my goodness, so many dangerous animals around. And I think it's this tree right here at the edge of the, okay, wait. No. Flying mechanics have changed. Flying mechanics have changed again. I'm pretty sure it's this tree. Is it this tree? Maybe it's not. I am lost again, you guys. Alright, oh, it's over here. Oh, it's on this other side here. Okay, that's why I'm lost. Alright, I think it must be that tree then. Yeah, it's this big tree back there. So we're going to fly back there and we will eat. We actually need to get some water too. It looks like we're pretty thirsty. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and let's eat our food here. We actually have... Okay, we can go in here. I think it's wanting us to like make a nest or something, which I don't really understand because... Alright, how do we eat this? I think we have to land. There we go. We can land and we can eat. There we go. So that should get our food up quite a bit higher. Actually, that didn't do as much as I was hoping it would. Nope, that's... Oh, there we go. We gotta take off. And then we're gonna land, actually. We're gonna come down here. And we're gonna get a drink of water because I don't want to die of thirst. That's not our goal here. Our goal is to survive. It's not to die. we want to not die. And I don't think we should be underwater. We are a bat. We're not meant to be in the water like that. There are actually fishing bats too. I didn't know that. There are some bats that will eat fish. And some do eat, like, small animals and such not. And then, of course, there's the infamous vampire bat, which there's actually only 3 species of that. I didn't know that. I didn't know how many species there are, but the majority of bats are insect-eating bats, or fruit bats. Now, fruit bats are the really large ones. And the largest kind of fox, period, or the largest kind of bat, period, is the flying fox. And it can actually have a wingspan of 6 feet. So, if you think about a wingspan of 6 feet, so generally, like, I don't know. So I'm 5'4", so that means that a bat that was on, if a bat stretched out its wings would be its wings would be longer than I am tall, basically. That's like the size of the average adult male. The height of the average adult male is somewhere around 6 feet, and that's how big the wingspan of this bat can be. It's pretty crazy. These guys are huge, and they're called flying foxes because they actually look a lot like foxes. They have an almost canine face, honestly. Ooh, there's some fruit down there. Now we're kind of a hodgepodge of the different species of bat, but we're gonna eat here because I'm hungry, and I have a feeling if we just try to hunt insects, we're probably gonna die because they don't seem to be all that common. Whereas in the real world, bats will go hunting at dawn and dusk, and they'll find quite a lot. Is that a monkey? No, that's a frog. I thought it was a monkey for a second. Okay, we could probably catch a frog because some bats do also eat small animals. But I feel like if we're going to, oh, we have the chance to do this. Yes, we got it. We got a frog. Oh, I forgot the flying mechanics do weird things when you do this. But yeah, so bats will hunt around dawn and dusk. Or usually, I think, around dusk. And there will be a lot of insects out at that time. And so it tends to be a lot easier in real life for the bats to actually find the insects than it does in this game. And so that's why we're going to be kind of eating anything that any species of bat might eat, except probably for the vampire bat, because that's not going to work out too well. Yeah, so, but bats can also be really small, and the kind of bat that I have where I live, if you guys have heard my infamous bat story, they're the littler kind. They're not quite as small as the smallest bat, though. The smallest kind of bat is the bumblebee bat. It lives in Thailand, and it's actually smaller than a thumbnail, and it weighs less than a penny. So, those bats are, like, ridiculously small. The ones we have out here aren't that small. They're probably about the size of a mouse, plus the wings. So they're not huge, but they're also not as tiny as that bat is. So if you guys haven't heard my bat story, I'm sure I'll end up telling this in this episode because it relates. Normally, oh my goodness, there is a fox fighting and losing to crocodile down there. Okay then. Not what I expected to see, just flying through the forest. We're going to avoid all that nonsense. We don't want anything to do with that. We have gone too far. We just want to go home and eat our food. We have a nice juicy frog to eat, and we want none of this nonsense. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool things. I learned a lot of cool things about bats from this, too. I actually didn't know all that much about them. And the thing is, most bats, they're pretty harmless. They're not as scary as most people make them out to be. Now, with that said, if you do see a bat in the wild, you want to be careful. You want to admire it from a distance because bats can carry diseases. And they can have rabies. And so if a bat approaches you or is acting not scared of you, you want to leave it alone. You want to get away from it. And if you see a bat on the ground or whatever that's looking sick, don't try to pick it up. Don't try to interact with it. Just leave it alone and call someone to come deal with it. Because a lot of the time when a bat is on the ground like that, oh yeah, it wants us to nest on that branch, but we're not going to do that. But yeah, so a lot of the time when a bat is on the ground or acting strangely, it could be sick and it could have rabies, and you don't want to get rabies, so you want to leave it alone. But if you do see a bat in the wild and it's acting normally, just admire it from a distance, because they're pretty cool, and they're very fascinating creatures. They really are. So we're gonna come down and we're gonna catch this guy if we can. He's just gliding along the ground here. Oh, can we get him? not quite. We gotta be a little lower to ground. Little lower? Nope. Still can't get him. Okay, come on. Oh, he turned around. Is he going? Oh, I hear wolves in the distance. Probably not a good time to be on the ground, I don't think. Ah! Why can't we catch him? Let us catch the frog. Or, it actually kind of looks more like a toad. Yeah, it looks a little more toad-like than frog-like. Oh, he's gonna run off this way now. Alright then. This is surprisingly difficult to catch him. Okay, where'd he go? He went around this way? Nope. I don't see where he went. Okay, there's now a deer running by. Let's see if we can find some other food that's going to be easier to catch. And get away from that eagle. Oh my goodness, I don't want to deal with that. Not today. We'll find some food somewhere else. The eagle can have that frog. Now, that's actually what my infamous bat story comes in. So if you guys were on the channel last summer, you guys might have heard about this. I was actually out in my yard. And it was at night, and I have a swing set. It's my thinking spot. I go out there and spend a lot of time out there sometimes. And without warning, something crashed into me, and it was definitely not an insect. I've been hit by insects before, and it was a lot bigger. And, okay, we found a fact here. So, let's see what, okay, it's actually not going to show it to us. Okay, so we found a fact. That's good for experience. But yeah, so something crashed into me. And, ooh, small birds? I'd say that some bats probably could catch and eat a small bird. Maybe. Can we catch this guy? Yes. There we go. Ah, we got it, I think. Nope. Why won't you let us attack? Oh my goodness. Let us attack. There we go. And now we'll fly away. Oh, ow! Ow, I think there's another bird attacking us. This happens sometimes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what happened basically was something crashed into me, and I'm sitting there going, well, what in the world was that? That didn't feel like a bird, or that didn't feel like an insect. That felt bigger. And the only thing I could reasonably figure out that it could have been was a bat. And the trouble with bats is that if you get bitten by a bat, it's usually too small to see. And so I'm sitting here going, well, was that just a random bat flying by, or did that bat actually attack me? And the thing is, it was probably just a random bat flying by. But the reason that most bats will attack is if they're sick. And so if a bat does come after you and it bites you, you need to go to the doctor because it could have rabies. Now, granted, that's a pretty uncommon occurrence. And most bats would much rather leave you alone. And so if you see a bat and it's leaving you alone and you leave it alone, you're going to be just fine. But if a bat comes after you and it's acting weird, then that's when you can potentially have some problems. And that's why you always want to be careful around bats and really around any wild animal, because you just don't know. You don't know if they're healthy or not. You don't know what they might be carrying disease-wise, or if they are going to end up being aggressive. And if you corner an animal, regardless of whether it's sick or not, it could become aggressive because it's trying to protect itself. And the only way it knows how is to bite you, potentially. So you just want to be careful. And so that's the time I had to go to the doctor because of a bat. Now, everything turned out fine. I didn't have to get rabies shots. I was a little worried about that for a minute there. And I never got sick, so as far as I can tell, that poor bat was just flying along, probably had just as little idea what happened to him as I did to me. And I imagine he probably just flew off into the night, possibly a little bit confused, and went on with his life just as I went on with mine. So that's the infamous bat story, if you guys haven't heard it. And again, you know, I'm not scared of bats. I would prefer not to be hit by a bat again in the future. Hopefully that's not a story I have to live through twice. Because I did have to go to the doctor, and they did determine that I didn't need to get a rabies shot. But nevertheless, it's an interesting experience, and now I have a story to tell from it. So, yeah. But most of the time that's not going to happen. That is an extremely uncommon occurrence. And it's definitely not something that you're going to have to worry about most of the time. Again, that's not something that most people would ever have to deal with. It was kind of those once-in-a-lifetime situations that that you just would not expect, kind of out of nowhere. So, yeah. But yeah, most bats won't attack people. And even the vampire bat, it might try. So vampire bats, I guess they're kind of, the way vampire bats work is that they will bite something and then, oh my goodness, okay, there we go. I guess we get stuck in dive mode after we catch something there. And that's what's happening there. But yeah, so what a vampire bat will do is that it will actually bite someone and then it will drink the blood. It doesn't actually suck it out like a mosquito, it just drinks it. And normally it's not going to be enough to cause any sort of problem to the person unless the bat is carrying a disease or whatnot. Normally it's not even going to take that much and it's not going to be a big problem. It's not like the folklore vampires that we have that are yeah, they're not, it's, you know, the legend got greatly exaggerated. That's not what happens. Most of the time, even vampire bats are just gonna leave you alone. They're kind of like big mosquitoes in some ways. They're gonna come, they're gonna get a snack, and they're gonna leave. And so most of the time, you don't really even have to worry about those guys, and they only live in certain parts of the world too. Now, bats as a whole are actually found throughout the world, except in the polar regions and in the most extreme deserts. And so I do live in a desert, but it's not extreme enough to keep the bats out. We still have them here, but in some of the really, really extreme deserts, you may not find bats just because it's too hot for them and it's not a good environment for them to survive in. Now, some bats are actually even capable of hibernating through freezing temperatures, though, and so that's pretty cool, too. I didn't know that some species of bats actually do hibernate. But yeah, the bats are found all throughout the world, and so wherever you live, there's a pretty good chance you have bats of some sort there. The variety depends, though. I believe the vampire ones are mostly in South America, and like the flying foxes live in the South Pacific, and usually the fruit bats, which are the larger kind for the most part, tend to be a little bit more... I'm pretty sure that they... live in the more tropical areas, whereas I believe they're called microbats, the smaller varieties that tend to eat like insects or nectar or whatever, or even some of the smaller animals sometimes. Oh, there's fish jumping! That's like a salmon run! Can we catch it out of the air? No, we can't, because I'm not skilled enough at playing this game. That'd be pretty cool, though, a bat swooping down and just grabbing a fish. Oh, there's another one! And so, like I said earlier, some bats do fish. Oh, maybe we can catch this one. It's getting a little stuck. I want to fish. I want to catch a fish. I want to be a fishing bat. I want to catch a fish. Let me catch a fish. No such luck. There is a squirrel, though. Maybe that might be a little easier. Let's go catch the squirrel. We're going to get the squirrel. Nope. Apparently we're not going to get the squirrel. Alright, oh, there we go. And it's going to let us get the squirrel. That is a huge squirrel. Oh my goodness, that squirrel is bigger than we are. I'm not sure this is, like... I'm not sure this is legitimately possible. I don't think a bat could carry something this big. This breaks most of the laws of aeronautics, pretty much. And I think that's like an owl down there. No, it's a goose. It's a goose. There's a goose flying down there. Now we're going to leave the goose alone. We're not going to mess with the goose. We certainly couldn't take that on. I guess that's true. In this game, you can pretty much prey on anything you can catch and kill. And so with something like this... we probably, according to the game, could catch and carry off a mountain lion. I don't know. Now I kind of want to try that and just see what the extent of this is. But we're going to stick to something a little more realistic, and bats definitely aren't going to be doing that. Let's head home here. Now, I don't think bats actually carry food home like this. I think they kind of probably just eat wherever they're at and whatever they have in their mouth. But because of the way the game works, it's nice to be able... we have to land somewhere, and it's nice to be able to do that someplace that's going to be safe versus just out in the open with all the nasty things, all the dangerous animals that would try and attack us. So, those are dangerous animals, and they may still try and attack us. We're going to avoid them and head back to this little tree den? I don't actually know what you would call this. And I don't think, well, I think fruit bats tend to live in trees, but a lot of the time you guys probably think of large bat colonies that live in caves. And there are bat colonies that live in caves, and a lot of the species that we have in the U.S. are the kind that would live in caves, or, oh, not today, not today, nope, not today, not today, this is not happening, I'm not messing with this eagle today. But yeah, so like the bats we have out here are the kind that would roost in caves, or I've seen them under the siding of houses before. in abandoned buildings or wherever, or under bridges. And those are the kinds that can roost in large colonies, some of them. And so there are solitary bats as well, but others do live in colonies, and those colonies can range from the thousands to even millions of bats. I think the largest colony has like 2 million bats in it. Their largest urban bat colony has like 1 million bats, or 1.5 million bats, I believe. And so that's a lot of bats. It really is a lot of bats. We gotta rest. Okay, we did regain our stamina. That's good. We seem to do pretty well with stamina for the most part, so I'm not overly worried about that. I just did not want to be messing around when that eagle might come after us. I keep hearing wolves, too, and there is a cougar down here, so we gotta be kind of careful. I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to, oh, do we get it? We got it. Yes! Okay, let's fly back up in the air. I don't want to get attacked. And we're going to stay just out of their reach. This is one of the big advantages. Ooh, there is a moth out here. This is one of the big advantages of being a bat and being able to fly around. Now, I think the bat is also the first flying animal we've ever had in one of the Ultimate Simulator games. There is an Ultimate Bird Simulator, and I tried to get it on here, and the emulator didn't like it, so we won't be playing that one. But bats are actually the only flying mammal. Now, there are mammals that can glide, as in they can climb up somewhere and they can jump down, and then they can kind of glide for a distance, but there are no other mammals that can fly. So like this bat can flap its wings and actually propel itself through the air. I do not want to be on the ground. Why am I on the ground? Okay, I guess I gotta fly up a little higher. Oh, and it looks like morning is arriving. But yeah, so there are no other mammals that can fly like a bat can. Bats can fly under their own power. They don't even have to climb up somewhere and jump down. They can just straight up fly. And they are the only mammal that can do that. And some bats can actually live for more than 20 years, so they have a lot longer of a lifespan than I realized they did. Some places even said 30, so I think there are some species that can even live 30, but a lot of the places that I saw said 20, so they can live for a long time. Like, if you think about something of similar size, like maybe a mouse or something, normally you see them living for just 2 to 3 years, or like, even for the larger bats, like a fox or a small dog probably only lives 5 to 10 years. And so to have a lifespan of over 20 years is crazy. But the other difference that they have that's not quite as good for survival is that they tend to only have one baby at a time. Now, if you look at a lot of smaller mammals or even larger ones, they tend to have a lot of babies. So like rabbits are known for breeding profusely. And even if you look at larger animals like foxes or wolves, they'll have quite a few pups at once. But bats usually only have one. And I don't know for sure, but maybe that's the reason they live so long, is to be able to keep the population up, because they have babies so slowly. Now, it kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, bats tend to roost hanging upside down, and usually the baby will kind of cling to its mother, and you probably couldn't do that too well if you had a lot of babies. You couldn't have a lot of babies hanging off of one mom, and so that might not work out so well. And there's actually a fox down here right now, too. But yeah, so that probably wouldn't work out quite so well. And so that's just me speculating on it. Now, I don't know if there's evidence to prove that or not, but if I had to take a wild guess, then that would be my speculation as to why that might be the case. But it is pretty interesting. And usually when rearing the offspring, the male bat won't actually help out. It'll just be the female. It'll just be the mother. And the mothers can actually recognize their babies by their sound and scent, even when they do live in a large colony. Uh-oh, it's raining. Are we gonna have a tornado? Sometimes oh, it's thundering. It's thundering. I'm gonna get this chest. I'm getting this chest. We found another fact. I don't see any tornadoes, but I'm gonna keep my eye out, because I don't want to get swept up in one. I'm just a tiny little bat. And I don't think I want to get carried away by a tornado today. There is what? Oh, my goodness, that crocodile has killed a deer. I was going to say, is that a fox? But no, it is much larger. Oh, There's lightning. There's lightning happening. I'm not sure I want to be flying around in this weather. Maybe we should go home and just wait out the storm. There's a cougar swimming through the air again. Did I just hear a tornado? I think I might have. Nope, I don't see one, so I think we're probably okay. Now, a lot of you guys, I actually haven't mentioned this yet, and we're kind of far along for me to mention this. I was planning on talking about this a lot sooner. But yeah, so, you know the phrase blind as a bat? Well, that's actually not true. Bats are not blind. They can see just fine in the daytime. The problems arise from the fact that they primarily hunt at dusk and at night. And, oh my goodness, the storm. But that makes it kind of hard to see, even if you have good eyesight. It's not easy to see in the dark. Wow! It is really storming. Wow. Is that a wild boar? That is. There's boars and sheep down there and another eagle. Not something I want to be messing around with. But yeah, so the main way that bats get around is actually really cool. It's called echolocation. And echolocation is really cool because basically what it means is that the bat will make a high-pitched noise and then they'll use those big ears of theirs to listen to how the sound waves bounce off and hear where objects are around them. So they can actually listen to the way the sound bounce off of, like, so let's say we were flying and we can't see anything because it's dark. We could squeak and we could hear that tree. We could hear it bounce off the tree and know where the objects are around us in space. That's pretty darn insane. Bats are really cool. Echolocation helps them navigate in the dark, but the interesting thing about that is that they think some bats actually might echolocate through their noses, because if you think about the fact that bats are swooping down and grabbing, like, the insect-eating bats could be swooping down and grabbing a moth out of the air, well, if they're flying around with a moth in their mouth, they can't actually make noises through their mouth very well. It's going to be all distorted, and so some people think that some bats can actually echolocate out by making noises through their nose instead, so that it's not getting distorted by food they might be carrying. And if that's not cool, I don't know what is. So that's how bats get around, and that's why the phrase blind as a bat is actually not really accurate. Bats have good eyesight, it just doesn't help them much at night. Trying to think. I think that's actually the better part of my bat facts, too. I had a big fact sheet I wrote up here, so I'd have things to talk to you about. But yeah, so that's basically my reasons for why bats are cool. Now, are we up to level 5 yet? We are not. It's taking us a long time to level up, but we're getting pretty close. So let's see if before this episode is up, if we can possibly find, and not faceplant right into the ground, excuse me. Oh, that's the mode that it put us in. Oh, I now know how to get out of that. Okay. It puts us in dive mode, and we end up crashing into things because it changes the way the navigation goes, because you don't have to constantly press the forward button, so it switches that to the up and down then. What was I saying? Oh, I know what I was saying. So, we're going to try and level up before this episode is done. And we'll see if we can find ourselves a mate here. And if you guys want to see more bat episodes, oops, this is the edge of the world. If you guys want to see more bat episodes, let me know. I probably won't do them long-term as a regular running series, but we can do more special events like this for sure, because bats are really cool, and I would love to learn more about them and share more facts with you guys. What bat facts do you guys know that I didn't mention? Is there anything that you know that I didn't say? And what's your favorite bat fact, basically? Oh, there's something. Are you running away from me? I don't know if they're running away from me or not, but that's a little worrying. Yeah, I don't know. But what's your favorite bat fact, and what's your favorite kind of bat? Just let me know what you guys know about bats, and if there's anything more you'd like to know. And maybe next year we can come back and we can do another episode about bats again. Or we can maybe even do it sooner, depending on the occasion. Can you guys think of a good reason to learn more about bats for another special event sometime before next Halloween? Then let me know that as well. But anyway, I don't think we're going to grab those turtles. I don't think we could reasonably carry them off. Even the squirrel was kind of pushing it. Let's fly over this mountain and see if we can find anything up here. Oh, there is another bat up there. We could potentially, well, we do have, oh, there's another bat off to the side, too. We do have options when it comes to finding a mate, but I want to try and do this, I want to do this right. I want to do this in a way that's going to be at least somewhat realistic. That's a bear. Alright, we're going to swoop in, and we're going to eat here. And we have leveled up, so let's actually head back and see what we can see with these bats here, because I bet one of them could end up being a good mate if they have not vanished. Okay, where are they now? I don't even see them. I don't actually know where they went. Okay, great. We'll keep looking around. And yeah, this is a little bit of a long episode. It's a special, so it's going to run a little bit over time. And hopefully you guys can enjoy the extra a little bit. Oh, there's a bat. Okay, we're gonna fly up to you. Hello, who are you? Do you want to join our colony? Do you want to join our colony and be our mate? Here we go. Here we go. I think, do we have to attack the bat? Do we have to attack this bat? What am I supposed to be doing here? What am I supposed to be doing here? I think we usually have to attack the bat. Usually? Can we click? Oh, there we go. We can target. And then we can fly up. And I think... No, I don't want to... No. I don't want to kill the bat. I want to bond with the bat. I want to bond with the bat. Oh, we're being attacked by the bat now. Hello. Fly off. Okay, no. Fly up, fly away. Turn around. We're going to do this properly. All right, let's do this. Is the bat still after us? Nope. All right. Apparently I am not very good at bat courtship. This is not how I was envisioning this to end. Okay. We're going to probably have to find another bat unless I see where this guy happened to go. He's not still chasing us. So, yeah, we're probably going to have to find another bat. So, you can't... maybe you probably have to be on the ground. That's it. We were trying to one-shot him because we were in the air. That's what's happening. Okay, if we find another bat, we gotta land on the ground before we try to interact. And that will probably let us do the traditional... Because in this game, usually you have to fight the other animal, and then somehow in the midst of that, you end up using the growl and the roar to somehow... I don't know how that works. You end up... That's the way this game does courtship in most cases. This series, that is. So, I don't really know how that works, but it works, and we roll with it for the series. And we'll roll with it here as well. So, if we find another bat, we gotta land first, so that it's not just giving us that instant pounce thing. Those are bighorn sheep, and the wolves are killing them. Wow, there's a whole wolf pack up here hunting down these sheep. Okay, there's also squirrels and things, but we're not interested in that. We're looking for another bat. Ow! Hey! No! I'm gonna fly a little higher. One of those wolves just, like, leaped out of the air and bit me from... Wow, that's pretty insane. That's actually... Oh, this wolf is still chasing us. Really? Is that really what's happening? They're attacking... Oh, that was another animal. Ow! How are they attacking me? I am way off the ground. I think they killed another bat. No, I'm not messing with that. We can just fly away. We're going to take advantage of that and do that. Alright, are there any other bats around? Because I really need to find one. They've got to be somewhere. We found them everywhere up until when we actually needed them, and then the one that we did find disappeared. So that's not quite so helpful. Where could the bats be? There's got to be a bat somewhere. They can't just be nowhere. Alright, there are rabbits down there. That doesn't help us. And a carcass, which also doesn't help us. Hey, is that another bat? That is another bat! Hey! Hey, you! Hey, you! Hey, you! Join me! Join me! Okay, yes. Let us land. Let us land. We're getting attacked by the bat. Alright, we gotta turn around and fight back. Alright, I'm gonna fight this guy. Can we bond? Can we bond? We can snarl to bond. Okay. Alright. Snarl to bond. We're losing our health. There we go. We're doing this. And snarl to bond. Yeah! No, stop attacking me. I don't know which bat we just bonded with. Oh my goodness, there's two. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of there. So the other bat is apparently named Max, and it looks like it's the brown one. I didn't even see that there were two. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, there is another bat. Oh, hey, we might have to fight this guy off. Okay, hey, wait a minute. What's happening? How? No. No. How? Okay. What does this mean? What does this button do? I don't actually know. Okay, let's... Oh, we can pounce him out of the air, apparently. There we go. We're gonna just drop that guy there and leave him be, because no. So there we go. Let's go home with Max. What do you guys think would be a good name for him? Because I don't think we're gonna keep him with Max, but if we come back next year to play this game again, we'll have our new batmate, and we'll have to give him a name. Is he still following us? Is he? Uh-oh. We probably have to eat something. He's probably stuck. So we'll lead him back home and then try to call him over, I think. And now suddenly there are bats everywhere again. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them. Wow, okay. We are flying completely the wrong direction. Alright. Let's... Did I just... No. I don't think Max is getting hurt. Well, we'll see. Hopefully he's okay. He should make his way back. I'm sure he'll find us. But yeah, so what do you think we should call our Batmate? Do you think, we should, we have Luna, so do we want to do something that's, kind of night-themed as well? Luna means moon, and so, I don't know, what do we want to name him? You'll have to tell me in the comments, and then if we come back and do another Harvest special next year with these guys again, then we can continue their story. And I think that could be pretty fun. I had a lot of fun learning about bats and learning a lot of different things that I actually didn't know. And so I thought I really enjoyed that, and I would like to do that again sometime for sure, because bats are really cool, and they're very underappreciated, and a lot of people are scared of them when they really don't need to be. Again, really the only reason you should be scared of a bat is if it's acting weird, and normally most bats will be more scared of you than you are of them, and they don't want to hurt you. They just want to keep on minding their own business and go on and do their thing without your interference. So if you see a bat in the wild, oh man, I went the wrong way again. If you see a bat in the wild, then appreciate it at a distance. Let it do its thing. Keep on doing your thing, and have fun watching it, because it's a pretty cool opportunity to get to see a bat like that. You can also sometimes see bats in some zoos, which might give you a bit of a chance to get a little bit of an up-close and personal look with them that you might not get to see otherwise. Again, you don't really want to approach a wild animal just because if it does feel threatened, it may bite, and just because if a bat is close enough to let it approach you anyway, or to let you approach it anyway, then it could be sick. And that's not something you want to mess around with. But if you get the chance to watch them from a distance, it can be pretty cool. And especially, I know it can be pretty spectacular to see them flying in large numbers out of a cave or something, because it can be quite the spectacle to see. And I know a lot of people really enjoy watching that and think it's a lot of fun. I've only ever seen it in movies. I haven't actually gotten to see it for myself, but someday maybe. I think that'd be a pretty cool experience for sure. I know there are a lot of large bat colonies in Texas, so it's a pretty neat thing to be able to see. And it seems like it'd be really cool to be able to be there in person. Oh no, there's an eagle again. Not really what I wanted. Oh, there's two eagles. I don't want to mess with you guys. I'm just gonna keep minding my own business. Thankfully, they don't seem to aggro onto us as easily as they did in the previous version or in previous simulators. So we seem to be fairly safe just like this. And is this our home tree? I think this might be our home tree. I'm pretty sure. Is it? Is this home? Okay, stop sprinting. There we go. Is this our home tree? Just right over here. Not that one. No. Oh, it's a little further on. Okay. There is some sort of crow over there. Crow, well, they seem a little small to be ravens, so they're probably crows. I think they're more crow-like than raven-like. We have ravens out here, but crows look a little different, and there is a distinction between them. So let's head back. Hopefully we can get our fellow bat to follow us here, and see, is there anything we can hunt and eat down here? Because if we could do that, you know what? Let's see. I don't think bats actually dig, but if we can dig up some sort of insect here, then we should be able to summon him. Oh, there's, what are those? Are those worms? I think those are, ow! Ow! Seriously? Ow! Stop that! Oh my goodness. Okay, can we eat them? We can eat them. So let's do that, and that should summon him back to us. There we go. He just landed right on top of us. Okay. He's here now. He's pretty. I actually really like his coloration. We're a lot lighter in color, and now he's glitched through the ground. Oh, there he is. He just pushed us back up into the air when he was flying out. All right. Let's get the two of these guys home. Where'd he go? I've lost him again. All right, let's, okay. Well, I'm going to assume he's somewhere nearby, and we'll leave him be, I think. and we'll go ahead and end off this episode here for today. So again, happy Halloween harvest or whatever you may be celebrating today. Have fun, be safe. If you guys are going trick-or-treating, make sure you stay safe out there. And so I will see you guys next time with another special for this, and probably, well, I mean, I assume there will be a lot of videos before the next special. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, this is Jay, over and out.